I used to be able to do like 9 chin-ups / pull-ups. I'm gonna be using chin-ups and pull-ups interchangeably, so don't get too caught up with terminology. However, I have not been doing these consistently for at least 6 months, and so I'm pretty sure now I can do like 2. So let's go ahead and test it. We're gonna do chin-ups first, because honestly, that's my preferred way. So here goes nothing. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. So I barely squeezed out 3. I used to be able to do 8 pretty effortlessly, 9 if I could push it. God dang. Honestly, I don't think I can do any wide ones. Let's see. Especially after that. Ugh. Bro, what? I feel like my body doesn't even know how to do that. It's like my brain knows what to do, but my body's like, Why did it have so much harder? All right, so that's my starting point. Over the next 30 days, it is my goal to get back up to doing at least 5 pull-ups. I would love to get back up to doing like 8, 9, 10. 10 is still my ultimate goal. I've never been able to do 10 consecutive / unbroken pull-ups. So that's gonna be this next series, is getting my pull-ups back, my chin-ups back to where they were. If you've never heard of it, there's a concept called use it or lose it, which means just because I used to be able to do 8 consecutive pull-ups doesn't mean that I can still do it if I haven't been practicing it. It seems pretty straightforward. I think between my marathon training and just like not focusing on that skill, it just makes sense that I lost it. So I'm going to be incorporating pull-up drills in some way 3 times per week over the next 30 days. And I'm gonna take you guys along with me, show you which exercises I'm doing, so that if you're someone who also wants to be able to do a pull-up or a chin-up, then we can work towards that goal together. Because I promise if I can do it, you can also work your way up to be able to do it too. Let me show you a few of the exercises that I'm going to be including over the next 30 days plus. Obviously, I would like to keep this skill longer than 30 days, but I'm gonna show you the main drills that I'll be working on to help get that pull-up strength back and pull this ass up. So the first thing I really need to work on is just getting a strong pull-up position back in general. So this is a full body thing I'm talking about. A lot of times people think pull-ups, chin-ups are like, oh, it's all upper body strength, which yes, of course, it's a lot of upper body strength, but there's a huge amount of the core that's involved. So I'm gonna show you something called the hollow body hold. You can do this hanging. You can also do it laying on the floor. Let me face you. So if I'm just like hanging like this is called a dead hang, right? It's just all my weight, nothing's engaged, my shoulders are up to my ears. With a hollow body hold, you're literally thinking about making your body hollow, right? So hollow, you think about space. So in a hollow body hold, you're gonna still be hanging like that, but one of the main differences between a dead hang and a hollow body hang is, watch my shoulders. So here's dead hang, hollow body. See that? I'm pulling my shoulders away from my ears. The second thing is my feet and my core. So if I engage my core, watch, it brings my feet slightly in front of me. I like to think about this position looking like a banana. I feel like that's like the most, does that make sense? Like it's a banana, it's like curved, hollow, or like a canoe that's in the water, but like tilted up. You guys understand, right? There's going to be that lat engagement because I have to engage my lats in order to pull my shoulders down. So here is no lat engagement, and then here is lat engagement. And you can see it also brings my head and my chin like backwards. So instead of poking through my arms, it's pulling me back here, okay? Then, like I said, the other thing is my core. So instead of just be hanging here with my ribs splayed open and my like back arch, I'm gonna be thinking about closing my ribs, okay? Bringing my hips more into that neutral position. And then that is all going to cause then my feet to come forward, okay? So that's the first thing, is the hollow body hold position. Translates so much over to pull-ups and chin-ups, and that's something I need to get back into the practice of doing, right? So just holding, maybe count to like 10 seconds. I can already feel myself shaking. See that? And then resting. The next drill I'm going to be doing are called eccentric pull-ups. Eccentric just means the lowering portion of the lift. Pretty much every single lift has an eccentric portion, unless you're doing something that's like a plank, right? That's just an isometric hold. But if you're squatting, if you're squatting, if you're lunging, if you're doing a bicep curl, like all of those lifts, chest press, they have an eccentric portion, just like pull-ups do. So when thinking about a pull-up, when you pull up, that's when your muscles are shortening, and that's the concentric portion. And then as you're lowering yourself down, that's the eccentric portion. When I've worked on pull-ups in the past, I'm not kidding, eccentric pull-ups were like a game changer with me being able to improve at that skill. So that is definitely something I'm going to be doing over the next 30 days to get my pull-ups back. So let me show you how to do it. So you're gonna wanna stand on something like a bench, or like I have this kind of shoulder press bench here, standing on something, because what you're gonna do, you're gonna grab onto the bar like this, and you're essentially gonna jump yourself up, and then you're gonna try to lower as slowly as you can. You can also pick like an amount of seconds. So maybe you wanna lower for 4 seconds, count that in your count those 4 seconds in your head, and don't count 4, 3, 2, 1. No, you wanna count 4, 3, 2, 1. However you can count it to make sure that it's a true 4 seconds. If you wanna say 4 Mississippi, 4, I don't know what other words people do, but you know what I'm saying. So you're gonna grab it, whatever, and you can do this with your chin-ups or your pull-ups both ways. So let me do chin-up first, and then I'll show you pull-up. So you're gonna grab this, and you're going to jump up, and you're gonna go jump, find your hollow body, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and as you can tell, I'm swinging a little bit, so I'm actually gonna bring this closer to try to minimize the swinging, because swinging is just gonna make your life harder. So same thing, you're gonna jump it up, you're gonna go, find your position, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then repeat it. Let's say maybe you wanna do that 5 times for a total of 2 sets, 3 sets, whatever. I'll show you the way to do it with the wide grip now. Okay, same thing, grabbing your bar. I can already tell this is gonna be hard. This is definitely the harder grip for most people, definitely for me. So, put that leg out, I'm gonna jump up, jump, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do it again. One thing I'm finding that I like to do is stick one foot out to kind of get me in that pre-hollow body hold position, and then let myself settle for a second at the top before I start. So you can tell that I have a little bit of a swing. I'm giving myself a moment to like minimize the swinging before I start. Because like I said, swinging is just gonna make it that much harder. So here we go, wide grip, eccentric pull-up. We're gonna go. Jump it up, hold, 4, 3, 2, 1, okay? Cool. Next, I'm gonna be using bands to do band-assisted pull-ups. There's actually 2 different ways that you can do these. I'll do one of them here, and then there's another area I'll show you how to do the second band-assisted option. So for this first one, you're just going to loop this up on top of your bar, and then you're gonna place it through this hole, and then that's really it. That's all you do. So this is like up really high, so I'm gonna go get something again that I can step on, because like there's no way that I can do that. Okay, so I have a dumbbell. That's another thing you could step on if you just need to elevate yourself up a little higher. Just be careful, because it's a little bit wobbly, Don't need you falling off the dumbbell. So I'm gonna take my band, still a little bit high to be honest. Okay, we made it. Put my leg through, and then now I can do my band assisted pull-ups like this. I'm always afraid it's gonna smack me in the face, but here we go. Pull. Still wanna practice my hollow body hold as much as I can. It's a little bit difficult doing it like this with the band. It definitely affects it. So I think that's why like band assisted can be great, but it doesn't allow you to practice all of the pieces that will translate to actually doing the unassisted pull-up. So use band assisted pull-ups, but don't rely on only band assisted pull-ups. Yeah, you could also put your knee through it like this, but again, it's not gonna let you practice your hollow body hold. So you could go like this, stick your knee here, but then your like leg is kind of like, watch, crunched behind you. And like, that's not how I'm gonna actually do the pull-up. So it's like, it helps a little bit, but like not my favorite. So let me show you the second option for band assisted pull-ups. I almost didn't film this part, but I wanna show you from start to finish how to set this up. So it depends what your rack is like, but for mine, I need to move the barbell, and then I need to move J hooks. Place it there. Place this one. I think that should be good. And you might have to play around with the height that you do your J hooks. So then you're gonna take your resistance band, wrap it around the J hook, pull it around that side, okay? So now I have a bench here, and then now the way I'm gonna do these band assisted ones, and I'm going to literally just step on it. So I prefer this way to do band assisted pull-ups. I think it's so much easier to get into position. It's more comfortable. You can actually practice your body position a little more realistically to translate. So let me show you. Let's do wide for this one. Okay, so I'm gonna step in it, get my position, everything's tight, and then I just pull up. The thicker band you use, the more assistance you will get. You can always double up bands. So if even your thickest band is not enough assistance, you can just add another one to give yourself even more assistance. I have one more that I want to show you guys. It's called actually it's technically two more, because one is an inverted pull-up and the other is just like a leg assisted pull-up, but they're super similar. So let me show you what that looks like. Okay, so for inverted rows, you can do these at a squat rack like I'm gonna show you, but you can also do them using a TRX, which I think I should be able to show you that today as well. I set the bar up right at hip height, and you can decide if you wanna do overhand grip or underhand grip. You probably should do both, okay? So to make this exercise easier, the bar will be up higher. To make it more difficult, the bar will be lower. And then also let me show your body position. So to make this exercise more difficult, you're gonna do it with straight legs. To make it a little bit easier, you're going to bend your legs. So let me show you bent legs first. So bent legs, I just have them about shoulder hip apart. I grab the bar, and what I'm gonna do is I'm going to squeeze I'm literally gonna hang from this, okay? So hanging, and then I'm going to squeeze my glutes and get myself ready to pull my chest up to the bar like this, okay? So we're pulling, and this is called an inverted row. Okay, it's an inverted row because think a normal row that you would be doing with like the bar, you'd be doing it like this, right? So you're inverting it because you're on the floor. Here, let me explain that better. You're doing the row and you're pulling the bar to your body. An inverted row is because you're pulling your body to the bar. So I'm thinking about my core still. I'm not like this, okay? Glutes, core, pulling chest to bar. Okay, if you wanna make it more challenging, like I said, you're gonna straighten your legs. So instead of here, I'm gonna bring them out and straighten them, and then pull. It's a lot harder. Okay? Okay, now this is called the leg assisted pull-up. So for this one, instead of being like on that angle, like you are in the inverted row, you wanna think about keeping your torso up and down, like vertical, just like it would be in an actual pull-up. So you're gonna go ahead, I put the bar up to chest height. You're gonna get yourself underneath it and literally almost sit down on the ground. You can see, like I said, my torso, my chest is upright, and then all I'm gonna do is pull up, just like I would in an actual pull-up, okay? So I'm pulling up. Okay, and you can do both grips, underhand and overhand. Pull up and down. So let me show you how you would do it with the TRX. So you're just gonna grab here, same thing, get yourself set up underneath, and then pull up like you would at the bar for an inverted row. Before I end this video, ignore my unfolded laundry in the background. But I wanted to make a note about frequency. So when it comes to a goal like pull-ups, or even a muscle building goal, like if you want to grow your glutes, if you want to, I don't know, have bigger shoulders, whatever it is you have to consider how frequently you are training said thing, right? So you could probably make progress with just practicing your pull-ups 1 time per week, but you will make progress a bit faster if you increase your frequency to 2 times per week or even 3 times per week. The important thing is just to make sure that you are able to recover in between those sessions. So I wouldn't say to necessarily, you know, train legs every single day if you're trying to grow your glutes, because recovery is a huge part of building muscle or getting stronger with everything. So you don't necessarily want to increase your frequency to every single day. There's a fine balance of training something enough to see progress at the rate that you want to see, but you also don't want to train it too much that you would actually be hindering that progress. I'm excited to bring you guys along for this journey, and of course we'll be updating you as I go throughout these next 30 days so you can see how I am progressing with my pull-ups. We're starting at a strong, we'll call it 3 reps, because I technically did get 3 repetitions. And by the end of the 30 days, if I could do 5 really strong chin-ups, I would be happy. Would love to get back up to 8. And then my longer term goal, like maybe my 2 to 3 months goal, would be to do my 10 consecutive unbroken pull-ups. I know I can do it. I just need to focus. If you guys enjoyed this video or learned something from it, be sure to give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below, and please consider subscribing to my channel. Let me know if you are also going to be working towards your pull-up goals. I would love to hear about it and to hear how you're progressing. And let me know if I can help you in any way. Have a beautiful rest of your day. I will see you guys in the next video.